Alright, welcome back. So today what we're going to do is we're going to go over our 2026 future agenda. It's not going to be all exclusive, but it's going to give you some of the ideas of the topics we're going to cover this year. And if that sounds good, let's get started. So basically the agenda that we're going to go over, we're going to talk about what we're going to do to improve our networks. We're going to talk about some OS and tutorials, talk about some Pi and AI projects, and everyone's favorite, retro gaming. Alright, so as you can tell that my network's kind of a messy up here, so we're going to organize a little bit this year, do some cable management. I'm going to have like a new network rack that's coming in, and that way I'm just going to separate my network gear from my server gear, and then I'm going to add some storage. Alright, so we're also going to do Wi-Fi 7. I have a Wi-Fi 7 puck here that I will be installing. And I believe that that's going to mesh nicely with my Wi-Fi 6 because it's backwards compatible, but we'll see if we run into any issues when I get that installed. Alright, so the other thing that I have is I have this Enterprise Pro Unify PoE, and basically what I'm going to do with that is I'm going to hook that up, and then that'll allow me also to hook up my security cameras that I'm going to get. I haven't bought all those yet, but I will buy some Unify ones and get them hooked up as well. And the last thing we're going to do is we'll probably set up some VLANs and VPNs. Alright, so in addition to my network, I'm going to recommission my old server and install Proxmox on it. And I used Proxmox in the past, and I liked it. I just moved on to Unraid. I just found it easier to use for my use case, but I do find a need to kind of install Proxmox back on a system, so that's why I'm going to recommission the server. I'll show you how to install the OS and how to manage your VMs and containers, and show you how to use it for extra storage and miscellaneous projects as well. So I might throw up some different virtual machines and different containers up there and kind of show you how that works. I'll probably use it to centralize my gaming collection. I haven't decided if I was going to do Proxmox for that or do Unraid. I might just show you how to do both. If you have any other features that you might want to see on Proxmox, let me know in the comments. Alright, as you know that I love my Unraid. This right here is my test. My main server actually has Unraid on it, but I do like to have a test box. Unfortunately, my test box, it kind of smells like it's burning, so I'm going to have to take it apart and see what's going on with that. So one of the things I will is to identify that problem, repair my test machine, and then I'm going to use this to test different Docker containers and plugins and different VMs. And then I'll do a centralized game data test, and if everything works the way that I want it to work, I'll probably move it to the main Unraid. I'm also going to do the same thing in Proxmox, like I said earlier, and I'll probably buy a case for this and rack mount this as well. And if you have any other ideas what I need to do for testing in Unraid, leave it in the comments and I can take a look at it. Alright, so we're also going to do some Pi projects. This is my old Pi cluster that I had back in the day. And we'll just continue to do some different Pi projects. One of the things I want to do, I do have this AI kit up here. I had it for a while, I just never used it, so I'll probably open it up, hook it up to the Pi, and then do some things with it. Also, we're going to do some GPIO pin projects. So I might turn on a light bulb or turn off a light bulb, or maybe use it to automate some of my holiday stuff like my Christmas lights, or maybe Halloween, and do some of the automation there. And then I'll also do the magic mirror. I know I've done a little bit of that in the past, but I kind of actually want to make one with the extra mirror and then kind of use that as a smart device. But we'll see how that goes. If you have any other Pi ideas, leave those in the comments as well, and I'll take a look at those. Alright, so I wanted to do more AI projects. So what we have up here is the NVIDIA DGX Spark, and yes, I bought one. I have it right here, and I'm going to do some projects with that. So I'll go over the initial setup with you guys. we'll do the LLMs and, include the fine tuning of those. I've done some of those in the past, but I'll just make a video of it using the Spark. We'll set up a RAG. We'll do some generation with image and video. We'll use stable diffusion and probably do some comfy AI as well. I'll probably see if I can get some, voice emulation in there as well. We'll set up a chat interface and we'll just explore different projects. If you guys have any ideals in this realm that you guys want to see, let me know. And then we can sit there and take a look at it. I might do some machine learning on here as well. But like I said, if you guys have any other ideals, let me know in the comments. Alright, so some of my video stats will show that you guys like retro gaming and you like different builds. So one of the things I am going to do is I got this PGA Tour machine. I think the only thing that's wrong with it is the CRT is out. I think the game works, but some of the things we're going to have to do is I am going to have to replace the CRT. And while I open it up, I'm talking about I replace the power just to make sure there's no power issues. And then on the back, I don't have the keys to it, so I do have to pop that open and replace some locks. And we'll just kind of explore the hardware and show you how these things are put together and show you, the PCB. They're actually pretty simple. And, once I open it up and we'll kind of explore that, you'll kind of see. But this is just basically taking this machine and trying to get it back to the original. And we'll do a video on that. Alright, so here we got the Neo Geo machine. It has the wrestling up here, but I actually have the Bust-A-Move cartridge installed in this. But basically what we'll do is we'll open this up, I'll explore the hardware, I'll talk about the difference with the Neo Geo board, most notably with the spoiler alert. These have cartridges that we can just replace the game, where the old ones you have to replace the whole PCB board to replace the game. But anyway, I do have to do some maintenance on this, so I will take this apart and I'll show you how to clean these buttons. And if I can't clean them using alcohol, I do have some new ones that I can just replace. I'd rather just clean them and that way save my new ones for when I really need to make a replacement. Alright, so what I have here, this is my retro gaming, and I just called it retro MAME. This is an old Buck Hunter arcade that I kind of converted over to a MAME box. It is basically just a cabinet. I got it out of an old junkyard and I just threw it in the back of the van, and I brought it back and decided to make a MAME box out of it. And since this was my first MAME build, I made a lot of mistakes. And looking back on it, I do have some things I wish I would have done differently. And in a future video, I'll kind of explain those in detail. But some of the updates that I want to do, just to kind of give you an idea, is I do want to fix the monitor. I kind of centralized it where the Buck Hunter was. I think I need to move it up just to make it a little bit more comfortable when I play this game. I do want to wood finish where the controllers are to kind of put a lacquer on that just to kind of make that more smooth. Right now it's just a custom board. It used to be a shelf that I painted over, and then I drew the holes in there for the buttons, and I wish I would have took the time to put a lacquer on there just to kind of have that smooth finish. I'm going to show you on the inside of this. I am going to eventually build a shelf on the inside because right now the PC's on the floor and I kind of want it on a shelf up higher. The other thing that we're going to do is we're going to look at creating a startup and shutdown button. So I'm going to hook that up to the PC, show you guys how to do that. And that way I can just hit like one button to turn it on. I do have to wire that one startup solution because right now I have to turn on like the sound separate, the light separate, and the computer separate. And I'm just going to kind of come up with that one button solution, and I'll show you guys how to do that. I am going to centralize my build on this. I'm going to use Batacera. I have used RetroPie in the past just to customize a lot of the stuff, but I just find Batacera like really nice. It suits my needs. I don't need to do that much customization on this. But if I did, I would, go back to using RetroPie. And then for the centralized build, I'm gonna right now I have the games all on the hard drive that's already installed. I might do that through the network and then use Unraid or Proxmox to have my centralized game collection, and that way that I can update it in one place and then use it across my different systems. And if you have any other ideas for MAME, let me know in the comments below. Alright, so what we have here is a Cruisin' USA machine. It's one of my other retro arcades. It's just a shell. There's no CRT, no PCB. It has a busted steering column. And I really haven't decided what I want to do with it yet. I am considering restoring it to the original. I might find some parts and kind of build it out and then kind of go from there. I do like to have the original when all possible. Sometimes you just can't find the original, so that's kind of where MAME kind of comes into play. And I am considering MAME as well and putting a Logitech 923 wheel in there. And, that way I can play multiple old racing games on here. But again, I'm talking about if I can find some of the original, I would put the original back in there. And the other thing I'm planning on doing is possibly doing a sim racing off of this, and I might put a Moza R12, 16, or 21 in there. I'm not quite sure. I do know that I would need to reinforce the steering wheel and the column in there, and I probably would have to build a metal bracket in there to keep it from busting or damaging the cabinet because of the torque. I just really haven't decided quite what I want to do with this yet. But if you have any ideas, leave it in the comments below. One of the racing games that I am trying to look for is I would love to have a Daytona USA dual machine, preferably 4. That way we can link those together and I can race with my friends, but I really haven't found one at a reasonable cost yet. So, if you know one, let me know and I'll take a look at it. I am trying to look, something closer because I don't really want to pay for shipping. But, one will pop up. I see them every now and then. But I would love to have the original Daytona USA dual minimum, preferably 4. All right. And like I said, I do like my old games. I grew up playing off of a ColecoVision, and I loved my Coleco. I had friends that had the old Atari, and I liked that. I did own a Jaguar system, with those multi-button controllers, and I also played off the television, growing up as well. And so some of these games really kind of, I miss that paddle feel. I just find them a little bit hard to emulate. So what I do have is I just bought this. I got this, 4-play advance from Bliss, and I got these different adapters that allow me to, hook up these old controllers like Coleco and the Jaguar and television, for example. And what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to get I'm going to go and buy some of these paddles and kind of test to see if I can set that up in a retro build off my Pi and kind of see how that works. One of the things, again, is when I talk about the centralized build, I do have Launchbox installed on my PC that I got a while back. And since I'm trying to centralize that build and put my game collection in one place, I should be able to use it for both a Batacera build and a Launchbox build. And again, I haven't decided if I'm going to put that centralized collection on Unraid or Proxmox. But at the end of the day, we'll have our game centralized, and hopefully we can use it in multiple different systems, such as, again, like Batacera Launchbox, maybe RetroPie, or whatever emulator of your choice in the future, you'll be able to understand how to create that centralized game off the network drive that you could just do it once and use it for multiple emulation devices that you have in your house. If you have any other ideas or any other controllers or any other gaming consoles that you think I should emulate, let me know in the comments. Like for me, I like the old Nintendo games, because when I went for my ColecoVision, I had the original NES growing up, and those are the two nostalgia, that's probably most important to me, because those are the ones that kind of remind me of my childhood growing up. All right, now we're going to talk about the old computers and stuff, and the same thing. I talked about the centralized build. I'm not going to go over that again. But some of the examples of the ones that I want to do is like the Commodore 64, the Amiga, the Apple II, etc. Like I grew up, my friends had Commodores, and I liked the Commodores. I had a lot of fun off those. Me personally, I had the Apple IIc computers. That's where I learned how to do basic programming off of. And I really enjoyed the Apple IIs, and that's going to be like the first thing that I try to like emulate. And I'm going to use the old Pi 500 keyboard just to kind of emulate those games and just kind of go from there. I'm just going to try to bring back that nostalgia there. And if you have any ideas on what else I should emulate for like computer games, let me know. And let me know what was your nostalgia points. So just to recap, this year, again, we're going to improve the network, go over OS and some different tutorials, go over the Pi project, AI projects, and a lot of to do with the retro gaming. Just let me know in the comments which ones, that you prefer to see. And then also, for the retro gaming, let me know what your favorite console was and your favorite games were, because, I do find that stuff interesting. So, let's have a good year this year, and then I'll chat with you guys later.